in the house.
Everything's super
Back.
fucked up when we started recording that.
Is it really?
No, my fucking screen just started going crazy. I think it's cool though.
We're good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Well, Ricky, as always, how you doing today?
Doing well, man, as always.
That's good.
You know, just chilling, man. Been watching the Clone Wars this weekend. Uh, Not much, dude. How's it going?
Star Wars or Clone Wars?
Yeah, man. I watched the Heat beat the Cavaliers by 30 something or no. But that's been my sports this weekend, dude. I watched them lose to the Hawks the other day, and I was just like turned off.
Yeah,
Dude, they're not very.
I'm worried. Like for the future of the Heat, I'm excited, but for the now, I'm a little concerned.
They definitely were like it was a fluke, dude. Like I know we have some key depth players like injured and Jimmy Butler hasn't been playing, but I don't know, dude. I don't think what happened at the beginning of the year definitely isn't like what they're gonna keep doing, dude. There's something like they're like barely at 500, like in their last 18 games, I think, or something like that. No, yeah, I don't know. I think they're like 18 and 18 in their last however much that is, 30.
36.
Yeah, no, that's 36.
It's not great. That's like heat. That sounds like the heat of the past.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm trying to. I don't know. I always get my numbers messed up on especially on this podcast, dude. I'm trying to because like I don't know. They've played like what? They played like 50 something games, and the Heat started like I don't know, like
It's something like
24.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's something
yeah.
like that.
Either way, the point is they started out really well, and then they go on the road and they're just like they're a below average team on the road because they just don't shoot well typically. But at home, they're like super good. So I don't know.
Well, that's to be honest, like that's most teams. Like the goal is to win almost every home game and then go 500 on the road. That's like a team's goal in the NBA. So if
Yeah,
you look
yeah.
at the best
The
teams,
Heat
it's
actually have been like top two at home. Like they have like a top two record at home, but then like a below average record on the road. I feel like
yeah,
not every team is necessarily like, but that definitely, you're right. That definitely is the difference between them being like just like an average normal Heat team and being like a little bit better than that. They've been winning more at home.
yeah. Well, if you look at the 76ers, I looked this up last week. I don't know about their away record, but I know at home they were 22-3 at home. And on the road, I want to say they were like 11-17 or something.
It's because they can't shoot, dude. The Heat are the same way.
Yeah. So it just shows you, dude. Like the road record, as long as you're around 500, you're good. Um, but like obviously, if you're like a Bucks, like the Bucks are like I don't know what it is. They're like 25-2 at home, and they're like 18-4 on the road or something, or 18-6 or something. So they're like I mean they're good all around, but
Dude, I didn't
um,
know Chris Middleton was about to go 50, 40, 90 this year, dude.
dude, Middleton is nasty, dude. Like me and J. Lou, shout out. Me and J. Lou were talking yesterday about this. Dude, Middleton is the perfect LeBron guy.
Dude, he's like him. It's like him, Larry Bird, Steph Curry, and LeBron, and I think like KD have all been 50, 40, 90.
Yeah,
Which is like he's definitely underrated, and I agree, dude. He's like quiet, doesn't really get much attention. He's not like Kyrie that people are saying like they want to see what he'd do by himself. Like people are just like that's Chris Middleton, dude. He would be great for LeBron for sure. He's
yeah, that's
he's what people wanted like Brandon Ingram or Kuzma to be, dude. Almost. But
exactly.
yeah, they're like young guys, dude. They're different. Middleton's already like late 20s, isn't he? Like
Yeah, 28, maybe 28, 29, something like that.
that's how I
But
imagine him. Now I'm curious, dude.
he's nice.
No doubt. He's been like an
Um,
84 overall in 2K since like 2013, dude.
he has, dude.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm thinking though, dude. If Middleton was on the Lakers, they would definitely be the favorites. Like I feel like Middleton is like you were saying, he's like the stereotypical guy that LeBron would need. Like you said, quiet, great free throw shooter. He's a closer. He's clutch. He's a clutch guy. I mean, he's not afraid to jack it up. And he is like automatic from three, dude. Automatic.
Did you
Like you
see the
watch,
Lakers got the second best Morris twin too? That Markeith got bought out
yeah,
and they
Markeith. Dude, the rivalry grows, dude. I mean, the in town rivalry. Now you have the brother rivalry. It's the rivalry down there in LA is getting real.
they're the second best team in LA with the second best Morris twin, dude.
Yeah, just it's only right, dude.
Yeah.
But but we got to talk about that. The Reggie Jackson signing for the Clippers. For me, I think that this, like we were talking about it on the last GasCast. They probably have easily the most depth in the league, right? With
Yeah.
Lou Williams, Marcus Morris, Harrell, Shamit. You just go down the list.
they're like
Bless you.
backup. They're like backup four was like their starting four last year. And
Yeah.
like they weren't that bad of a team.
So, but to me, I'm going to go on a limb, okay? Not only do I think that now they have the best bench depth in the league, I think that they might have the best bench depth in NBA history with the Reggie Jackson signing. Reggie Jackson's like a 16-8 guy.
Yeah, I don't know who the best bench units in history are. So like I can't really like compare, dude, you know what I mean? They've got to be the deepest team ever though, dude. Like I just can't think of I can't really think of a comparison because the Warriors, who are I guess like the best team ever, if you want to think of that, the best dynasty, they were like a 7-8 man rotation, and the back end of that rotation was pretty bad. So that's why they had to run with so few players. So I mean, I can't. I don't think it's crazy, but I also don't know who it's being compared to. You know what I mean?
I just look at it like this. The Clippers bench would be a playoff team. Like they would be like a middle of the pack playoff team. Like if you think about it, if they had a team of Reggie Jackson, Lou Williams, Marcus Morris, Harrell and Zizic or whatever, or not Zizic, Zubac. That's a playoff team.
I forgot they have Zubac, and then Boban would be their backup center still, I guess.
Yeah, Boban plus Pat Bell
You,
off the
you
bench.
didn't mention Shamit. Shamit might start instead of Lou Will
Yeah, yeah. Lou Will is he's like forever going to be a six man.
because I think he wants to be, dude. He can just come in and drop 24, make some threes, and then come out like I don't just play at the end of the game.
I will say, speaking of the middle, like if you're talking about my middle school days, I would much rather be a six man than the starting lineup because whenever I get gassed, they can pull me and like no one asks any questions because I'm the six man.
And they'd still have Beverly as their backup point guard too.
I'm a fan, but I'm not like a diehard Pat Bev fan.
I think it's pretty bad, but like as a backup point, that's definitely not a bad option. When you're talking about it's just the Clippers bench as a team, and their backup is Pat Beverly, like that's pretty decent.
Yeah, but anyway, hey, we got to talk about this too. Did you watch the Celtics and Lakers game tonight?
I mean, I didn't watch it, but clearly you did, dude.
Oh, clearly I did. So I was at the baseball game today.
Fuck, so you didn't?
No. So I watched it at the baseball game because
Okay.
I had to do the media, like I had to do the
pretty-
play-by-play. So I had it on my phone, dude, and a lot of fouls called in the fourth. It was like the All-Star game all over again, dude. But it came down to the wire. Basically, Lakers pulled it out by 2. But Tatum was the best player on the court tonight again. So I have the stats for you for the last 10 games that the Celtics have played. Let me look it up here. Tatum over the last month, which is like in the month of February or 10 games, averaging 28, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 47% from the field, and 46% from 3. And he had 41 today. Tatum is like, and Jaylen Brown came out after the game and said, listen, we're all taking a step back right now because Tatum is like on another level. He's like, Tatum right now, like excluding everything you've seen from earlier this year, if you're talking about Tatum from February, top 10 player in the league. He is dominating these games. dominating, and you love to see it.
You love to see it.
I love to see it, dude. I'm loving this.
Yeah. I prefer to see who's someone else, maybe a Daniel Tice or something. I'd like to see him drop like 40. That would be the better outcome for me. But you know, I'm not a Tatum hater. I'm just like kind of a Celtics hater, dude. But that's it.
So what's up with that, dude? Why the Celtics are such a lovable organization?
I just can't. I mean, as an organization, maybe, but I'm also a Heat fan, dude. You had like there was a bit of a rivalry there for a little bit, dude.
That's true. I forgot about those days, dude. It was hardcore too. We had some great playoff series with you guys.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, we've talked about that pretty extensively on the GasCast, I think. Like in the early days, you know.
Like 2010 to 2013, we had some intense playoff series. Hey,
Yeah,
Paul Pierce.
when Ray Allen switched sides, dude, that was a tense year, dude. That was a tense series.
We were too old at that point, dude. The year he switched, that was it for us. Like even at the time, Celtics fans before the season started were like, we're basically playing for nothing because that was the Heat had finally hit their stride and they were, I mean, they were rolling, dude. I think they were coming off that their first championship. What was it against? I think the Thunder in
Yeah,
2012.
yeah. Well,
And the Celt
if you think about it as like big three of the Celtics versus LeBron, well, because LeBron's rivalry with the Celtics kind of just transferred from the Cavs to the Heat. It was more like a 7 to 8 year little competition between them in the East. Like, but yeah, like you were saying, dude. What were you saying?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was just saying, like, insane, awesome rivalry. I remember the 2011. I think it was the first year the Heat. First year the Heat were formed, 2011. I think did we beat you guys going the first year the Heat were formed? I think we beat you guys in the playoffs.
I'm pretty sure I think in 2011 was the first year and we went to the finals.
Or was it? Maybe I don't know. For some reason, I
Joined
feel
in,
like we beat you.
I'm pretty sure they joined in the 2010 off season and then in the 2011 like year. So like 2010 off season, first half of the year is in 2010. 2011 is the playoffs and second half of the year. Those finals, we went to the finals and played the Mavericks and lost. And then in
Okay,
2012, we went and played the Thunder and won. Then we went and played the Spurs and won. Then played the Spurs and lost the year after that.
got you. Yeah, and that last time you guys played the Spurs, dude, that had to hate you. You had to hate that. I mean, you guys got demolished.
I remember, dude, it was pretty tough to watch. And at that point, I was like, kind of knew LeBron wasn't going to come back, you know, because at that point, it wasn't like a foregone conclusion. Like LeBron could have still re-signed with the Heat. But once we lost that, it was like, I don't know. It just didn't seem right, dude. And LeBron admitted later on that he didn't really like how the Heat kind of treated him, dude. That it wasn't all centered around LeBron, and he didn't like that. So I don't know. You could just kind of tell that he was going to leave. So it hurt for sure.
I mean, I think we all knew he was leaving.
I wanted to see him get the three-peat, dude. But honestly, I wasn't mad just because he went back to Cleveland. Like, but if he went somewhere else, I would have kind of, I don't know. I'm glad he went home and then won them a finals too.
Yeah, on the big Kyrie three. Just like throw that out there.
Yeah.
Um, but I was gonna mention something about those finals, dude. Like those early 2010s. I don't know, dude.
Dude, Tim Duncan and Tony Parker would just eat us alive, dude, in those series.
Dude, they
God, like Parker game-winning mid-range shots against the Heat. It had to have been like over 4, dude. Like just in those 2 or 3 like finals years.
Dude, people forget Tony Parker, late 2000s, beast, like an automatic 20-9 guy.
And that was when like the Spurs were playing such good defense, they'd win games like 101-96. You know, like so like getting 20 points was like a lot. Like it seemed like he was dominating the game. Like it was like he was unstoppable, dude. It was like when he wasn't hitting like a crazy floater, he was like dishing a like over the head pass to fucking Manu or something. Yeah, the Spurs were filthy, man. It's such very good now.
Yeah, I mean you got to think like you were saying, dude. I mean I remember when those Spurs like that was like probably the scariest matchup in the league. Like whenever you saw Spurs on your schedule, like you were scared to death because they were so well coached and like Everybody on their team was clutch.
They had shooters, dude. Patty Mills would be like hitting crazy shots, dude, in the fourth quarter.
And they knew how to win. Not a lot of teams know how to win.
Yeah, they would have Tiago Splitter, and like he would be playing. He was like one of the best shot blockers in the league just because he was on the Spurs, dude. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But you had like Manu getting 15. You had Tony Parker getting 15. You had Tim Duncan getting 15. You had Kawhi getting like 13 or 14 at the time. You had Patty Mills getting 12. You had Danny Green getting 15. Like it was just so spread out.
You remember
They
when it was like the tail end of the Spurs when Manu blocked James Harden from behind in like the playoff series. I think it was like Game 7, and they eliminated the Rockets like because of that. And Manu was like 40 years old, dude.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah. I forgot about that.
And pulled 3, and Manu just swatted that shit out of his arms. That was so funny.
Wasn't that the last Manu year? Like it was kind of like, oh, that was Manu's send off or whatever.
I think so, but I'm not sure. Not sure about that. I know he was like about to retire either way.
Yeah, I think I remember that. It was like Manu's send off. Like
I remember I was
big,
watching, and I thought like when Harden pulled up, I was like, oh, that's game, and then it just got blocked, and I just started laughing because I do not like James Harden, dude. I root for him to fail pretty actively, honestly. But
really.
Pay him I try and pay him as like respect, but I just don't like how he plays basketball, honestly, and how like I don't know what am I trying to say here, like. Maybe he just hasn't had the support in the playoffs, but the Rockets just never like they always seem to just choke in the playoffs, dude. I don't so I don't know. I don't respect him that much, dude.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know if you know this, but I hope I've talked about this on the GasCast. I'm a huge James Harden fan.
We definitely have a little bit, dude.
Okay, a little bit. I think we've dabbled,
especially in the MVP discussions. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. James Harden to me is the most unstoppable player in the league. Like he can get his shot. Like it's to me, it's Giannis and James Harden offensively because you can't stop either one. Like they're going to get to their spots regardless of what you do. Speaking of the early days, LeBron 2013. I was talking about it last night. LeBron 2013 was the greatest basketball player I've seen. Personally ever seen in my lifetime. And if people don't talk about this. They say, oh, if you look at LeBron's stats, he hasn't fallen off. If you tell me, you can't tell me LeBron today is the same player he was in 2013. No way. He was unstoppable, dude.
That mid-range fade over like 12 people, it didn't even matter. Like,
hey, and he was a way better shooter.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. He's regressed shooting. He takes more shots now, but he was a much just better shooter. Like LeBron from 3. Yeah. D Wade empowered him, dude. When he lost D Wade, he went back to his like unclutchness again.
Well, LeBron really thrived on like at that point, legitimately everyone hated him except Miami fans. And Miami fans had just hated him right before that. Like he really thrived and like was confident and fueled off of being like the villain in the NBA. But now like he's really not that at all. Most people just kind of respect LeBron, and people still hate him for sure, but not on that level, dude. Not like it used to be. And I think part of it is that the Boston crowd hated him so much, dude. I think that like amplifies the like amount of like villainous, you know what I mean, like notoriousness there is to him.
Yeah. So what do you think about LeBron trying to run for president? That's just, apparently he's seriously considering.
He could run for office, dude. I don't know about president. Imagine like Trump. I wish we could see this. Obviously we can't, but I wish we could see Trump versus LeBron, dude. And he's just like Trump is just tearing into like LeBron about the finals.
Yes. Hey, we can't have somebody that choked in the 2011 finals in office.
And anything is fair game in politics. So they could go back to like when he was playing in high school and have like videos of him like doing something and be like, look at this kid. Like, look at
yeah.
Hey, look at this leadership he displayed.
That's like Trump's new campaign slogan. Like, we need a closer. Like
he just has his NBA Finals record. Like
yeah.
Like posted and everything.
They just basically debate sports the entire campaign. It's like I would take Kobe over LeBron. I would take Magic Johnson over LeBron. Like they just go down. They just talk about it every day.
LeBron tries to ask him about like politics, like at debates or like actual stuff, and Trump just changes the subject back to
Yeah.
every time, dude. He's
He-
like, no, listen, you can't ask me that when you choked in the tournament.
Yeah.
Choked in the finals.
Every time Trump doesn't have a response, listen, I would answer that, but I can't keep my mind off the 2011 finals when you choked in front of everyone.
You disappointed all your fans. I would.
Yeah. Exactly. But dude, listen, let's keep it real, dude. Not Trump, LeBron running for president. LeBron's not smart enough, dude.
That could be an episode title. Trump versus LeBron 2024.
Yeah,
When Trump term limits in the Supreme Court and just is forever the president.
He's the type of guy that would do that for sure. Trump would be the one guy.
He'd try.
Yeah, for sure. But listen, yeah, I hope you agree with me on this because LeBron is not a smart guy, dude. I'm sorry. Like he just has such an easy brand to build around.
Did you see his hashtag the other day when he was posting about the MLB? He was like, "Dear MLB Commissioner," and he said like it was hashtag just the opinion of a sport junkie, regardless of sport I play or something. It was like 15 words in a hashtag. It was hilarious.
Dude, it was like an eighth grader wrote it, dude.
Yeah, what was he doing in high school? And then he didn't go to college. He does a lot of great stuff. He's got a lot of money and like the LeBron Academy and all that. I'm a fan of LeBron, dude, but like definitely. But I can definitely be a fan and say he's done good things, and also think that he's kind of an idiot, dude.
Dude, he's definitely an idiot. Like,
Like
there's to me, there's
a smart guy.
there's no question. Like, you see him in interviews and stuff, and he just doesn't act like a smart guy. And when you ask him tough questions, this is his go-to response. Well, I didn't go to college. It's like, dude, what does that have to do with anything we're talking about? Like, so many billionaires didn't go to college. That doesn't make you just an idiot automatically.
There's a lot of really smart athletes like who just carry themselves differently who didn't go to college or went to college for a year. I can't think of any examples, but like I don't know why, dude. But like
Kobe?
about Kobe, yeah, Kobe. Like yeah, that I was trying to think of who we were talking about on the GasCast, dude. It was Kobe. And I mean, Charles Barkley went to Auburn. Charles Barkley is the guy who comes off as an idiot, like definitely. But I don't know. He's definitely an idiot on air. It's kind of a part of like his like brand almost. I think the same about Shaq too, to be honest. Like, because Shaq's gotten rich and Shaq loved having fun and stuff, but he's also been around like for a long time. Like he's almost never declined. like he. So I don't know. Kobe, Shaq, and Charles are all examples of like guys who were probably in college for like a year. I don't know. And,
Yeah, I mean,
or just carry themselves differently than LeBron does in like interviews and post career and all that.
like I think Shaq is business savvy. Like he's a very business savvy person.
Yeah.
And he understands that building like how to build your brand and stuff, so that makes him smart in his own way. Charles to me is wise. Like I wouldn't say he's smart, he's wise. Like
How LeBron handled the China thing. I know he has like spokespeople and stuff, but how they handled that makes me think they're not very business savvy either.
well, I mean, dude, you have to be like a freaking like IQ of 40 to screw up LeBron's brand. You know what I mean? Like if I was LeBron, dude, it is so easy to build on that. Like you win MVP all the time, go to the championship every year. People talk about you every single day. People talk about you. You're like the most followed athlete in the United States. Like, dude, you have to be a freaking idiot to not like a total idiot to not build that brand. Which I think LeBron at best is an average intelligence. Like that's his max. I think he's probably a little lower than average. That's just me. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate LeBron. He's kind of a goof, dude.
He's goofy for sure, dude. Well, I mean, he's so much richer than me, but I feel like I don't know, dude. How much is intellect worth? Apparently, athleticism is worth more. Yeah.
I mean, I would much rather be like a business owner that has like let's say 20 million than an athlete who's an idiot who's got like 100. Like I feel like I'll tell you that about intelligence. I would
A lot of luck,
sacrifice.
though. A lot of like being the richest businessman, like billionaire, is like getting lucky and nepotism compared to like basketball, which also I guess could be getting lucky, but for the most part, if you're gonna be the best player of all time or whatever, you'll probably make it regardless. I don't know. It's interesting, dude. I definitely would rather be a smart guy than a football player because they don't make enough money for like what they do. But basketball and like baseball, definitely baseball. Golf, I'd love to be a golfer, dude. That'd be
That would
incredible.
be dope. That would be dope. I mean, shit, you place top 50 and you like if you're number 50, you get like 20K, dude, you know? Like it's
I'm living.
you go to tournaments like twice a month is if you place
Weekend.
top 50. Yeah, I mean every week almost. So like God, you win one tournament, you're set for like years. And if you place top 50 every tournament, you're rolling, dude. You are rolling. Like you're probably bringing in like you're not compared to the average athlete, you're not rolling, but if
Yeah.
you're placing, let's say, like an average of 50 on in every tournament, and you're going, I don't know how many tournaments, let's say 20 tournaments, dude, you might bring in a mill
You
for a
could
year.
some small time little golf magazine advertisements and stuff too, dude. Like
Yeah,
some little sponsorships too. You get paid to wear certain stuff. If you're placing in every tournament, you're definitely sponsored, like making a good amount of money there.
oh for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, we got kind of off on a tangent there, but I loved it. Um, all right, so here's I want to hear your opinion on this: Ja Morant or Zion, Rookie of the Year.
I mean, I think it's John Morant just because he's been playing all year. Knock on wood. I don't have much else to say about that. I think it's. I think it would be close, but I mean, even if Zion played a full year, he's been excellent, dude. He's definitely been great. But I just think John Morant's been doing crazy shit this year with the Grizzlies. I mean, they're in playoff position, like, and he's the best player on their team easily. And their
Yeah,
average age on their roster is like 21 years old or something. Like
especially now shipping off Jay Crowder, dude. That's like another older guy off the roster.
Injustice, who's 24,
Yeah, I
and
forgot they replaced him. Yeah,
Dion's like on. I think Dion's still 25, 25 or 26.
I'm surprised they haven't dropped him, dude. Like after the whole, he's like regressing gradually, plus the whole weed incident, and then he had another incident. Didn't he have another incident after the weed incident where he didn't show up to a game or something?
Dion's 28. That makes sense. Nah, he never really had like the weed thing was kind of overblown, dude. He didn't have like personality or like real character issues with the Heat. He just kind of got disgruntled because they wouldn't play him when he was healthy, and like the Heat didn't like him at first because he was unwilling to like play through nagging pain, and so they pushed him back out on the court. And when he went back out, he got hurt again and then needed surgery. And then he didn't like them for pushing him back out, and they didn't like him for just being Dion Waiters. So, like,
Yeah,
so it kind of was played out in the national sense, in the nationals perspective, as like there was strife between the two, and Dion Waiters was like fucking around and all this stuff. But really, like the weed thing wasn't that big a deal, and all the like attitude stuff wasn't true either.
gotcha. Okay. Well, see, I'm actually a Deion Waiters fan. Like, not a, of course, not a huge Deion. You can't be a huge Deion Waiters fan,
Yeah,
but
I want to see him do well though.
I thought he was the best player on the Heat for a while. I mean, obviously Dragic, but like as far as underrated or not talked about guys, Dion was the guy I was probably scared of most as a Celtics fan, and we played him, let's say 2 years ago. I thought Dion was good, dude.
Yeah,
Like he,
there was a second half of the year. I think it was 2 seasons ago when Dion like got healthy and started, and during that run, the Heat were like 20 something and like single digit losses. Like they went on a crazy run to end the year, and that made them 500 and barely missed the playoffs. And Dion Waiters was the best player on our team during that run, and so they extended him. They paid him more, and then that was when he started getting injuries. But yeah,
gotcha.
there was a period there, like the last half of the year, where Dion Waiters was like our best player.
Dude, he was dirty, dude. He was
Well,
kind
that
of
was
he was
weird
like a
game.
mini Middleton.
Yeah, mini Middleton, dude. He was just He's kind of a shot chucker, dude.
He is big time, but still a fan. But hey, he's the type of guy though. If he gets dropped, like if they release him, I think he could have a market, dude. Like
He,
for
I think the Lakers should replace KCP with him, dude. The guy who can actually make the shots that KCP is throwing up every night.
hey, if I'm the Lakers, I would just pick him up anyway. Like I would. To me, I think Caruso is way overrated.
Dude, don't let the Caruso hype hear you say that, dude.
Like I'm sorry, like I would rather have Dion over Caruso. Like I'm sorry, like I don't even think it's close, dude.
Dude, why do people love Alex Caruso?
Because he's like Time Lord, dude. He comes in and does like some crazy thing.
He's like Time Lord.
He's like Time Lord, dude. He comes in and does a crazy thing. Huh?
He comes in and just does something crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, besides the dunk, what does he do in the other? You know, he'll come in, make a crazy dunk, and then what else does he do for another 25 minutes? I mean, he doesn't scare me at all.
We
Like
know.
I think he's good. I mean, I think he's a good to average NBA player, but I'm not like I think I would take Dion Waiters over him for sure.
Dion has him in the upside department for sure. Just like Dion can just go off one night, dude. But I don't know. We know Time Lord when he's on for another 25 minutes. He's just like manipulating time while he's out there and like just turning time and space. Like
Yeah, hey, when we get him back, that's going to be a huge pickup, dude. Because then we have multiple bigs that can do different things. That's going to be huge for us. If we could somehow pick up one more, like this is the missing piece. If we can get one more perimeter 3-and-D guy, even if he's old as shit, dude. Like if we brought back like Manu, speaking like we need like one perimeter 3-and-D guy, we might have a chance to win the ship, dude. I'm telling you.
What's Al Farouk Aminu doing, dude, or Trevor Ariza? What are they up to? Just...
I think that they're both on the Trailblazers, dude. I think Ariza's on the Trailblazers too.
Dude, let's go look.
Al Farouk, I'm less confident, but Ariza, I'm almost positive he's on the Trailblazers.
Okay. Yeah, Ariza is.
Al Farouk Aminu, I'm a huge fan of him.
Magic, dude.
Oh, the Magic. See, they stockpile.
He's inaccessible, dude.
Dude, they stockpile all these long wings, dude. The Magic, all these long, athletic, like lengthy wings. That's like what the Magic do, dude. I don't even remember what are we talking about.
Oh, we're talking about 3-and-D guys for the Celtics.
Oh yeah, Celtics. If we get a 3-and-D guy, and then we get Time Lord back, and he's healthy, we could win a ship this year. The only problem, well, not. I mean, we could. Obviously, the Clippers. I mean, I think the Clippers would beat us, but as far as getting out of the East, I think that would get us out of the East. I wouldn't put us over the Bucks yet, but the way Tatum's trending, and we get Kemba back, and we get Time Lord back, just how we are now, who knows? But I think another 3-and-D guy would definitely put us over the East hump for sure.
Oh, dude, what about Luol Deng, Gerald Green?
He's too old. Gerald Green, I wouldn't hate Gerald Green, to be honest.
Oh, dude, Amp Lawrence. He played for Miami. He's available, dude. Y'all should pick him up.
Oh, Amp Lawrence.
I'm just looking at free agent forwards right now.
Akeem Richmond.
Oh, is he from ECU?
Yeah, do you remember he holds the record for most threes made in a season?
Who was the one who hit the CIT championship game winner?
That's Akeem Richmond. They're all the same guy.
That was him. Crazy.
Yes.
If he's available, y'all need to get him, dude. I mean, you've seen it. He's clutch.
Dude, he is clutch. Yeah, the big three. My guy is Maurice Kemp. I don't want to get off on this tangent, but I could go off on some ECU greats for sure.
Dude, Akeem Richmond, Jayson Tatum, Kemba Walker. Dude, that's a big three. Throw in Jaylen Brown.
Maybe yeah.
Long term.
Listen, the problem is I don't think NBA teams would obviously if you pick up a guy from the G League, you're not going to let him loose. But that's where Akeem Richmond does. Like he's the type of guy you got to let him go free because he's going to jack threes up, but he'll make a lot of them. He just needs to get let loose. So if they gave him the green light
instead of Kemba. build the offense around him.
Yeah, so trade Kemba and put Akeem at the 1 and just make it like the Rockets. Just make it a perimeter centric. Everybody just goes ISO ball every time. You just rain threes on the other team. So we'll see if that happens. So all right, we got to talk about this. We talked a little bit about it before the GasCast started. Browns Greg Robinson facing drug charges after 157 pounds of weed found in car. Thoughts on that?
Dude, I don't really have any thoughts. I was thinking, I was hoping he would get released and then the Dolphins could sign him and have him play like guard for us, maybe come in and compete for camp. But it's not looking like that'll happen now that he had 150 whatever pounds of weed. Yeah, it's fairly serious. We were talking about off air how it would feel to lift up a bag of weed and not be able to pick it up because it's 150 pounds. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. What do you think?
That would be cool. That would be cool. Here's my thing. And I mentioned this off air too. How the fuck do you fit 157 pounds of weed in your car, and why is it there? And it had to have been getting transported to sell, right? Because there's no way he's just carrying around 157 pounds of bud in his car. He had to have been trying to sell it. Only the explanation.
That's his personal stash.
Yeah, 157 pounds.
Dude. Like that's just what he needs in the car. That's like what he has. He has another 157 at home.
Dude, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Let's just say 10 a G, just for. We're gonna calculate this, dude.
He's moving big weight though, so it's probably more like I'd be measuring like maybe in quarters, dude.
All right, I'm not gonna do that because I don't know how to do that math.
He's making 55 every 7 grams, and he has 150 something pounds.
Dude, that would be hella bread. Bottom line, that would be hella bread.
He's not on a very expensive deal, so he's got to be both ways. Well, think about it. If you get picked in the first round and you're a bust, but you make a couple bad financial decisions because you got your initial 5-year contract, like, and then suddenly you get cut from somewhere, and then you have to go sign another cheaper deal, that means you're probably having to support a lifestyle that you can't necessarily afford. So maybe you're moving drugs too to try and like keep it up. It's not smart, but it's possible. I mean, that's what happened to Greg Robinson.
Apparently.
He had expectations and then came in, made a lot of money, and then was a bust. Yeah. So that's
basically. But dude, just insane. Like that is a lot of bud, dude.
I wonder if he was moving it with like some other lineman or what the deal is, dude. You know?
Yeah, it's like a big conspiracy. Like Joe Thomas has like a drug ring.
Oh, maybe him and Freddie Kitchens were in on it, and like Kitchens got fired, and so he just like wanted to set the whole operation on fire. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, think about it. That was the Browns' biggest problem last year was offensive line play. What if they were all like high as shit before the games?
Well, don't most of them? Have you seen that like NFL video? That's a bunch of retired players, and they're talking about how they all played stoned, and it's like 20 dudes in there, dude. Like, no, actually, no, it's less. It's like 10 players, but they're all talking about like, yeah, me and all my friends would like smoke a blunt or two, and then drive over to the stadium. Which, let me say, dude, if those guys that big smoked 2 blunts, went to the stadium, got through warm-ups, put on all their shit, they're not stoned when they're on the field, dude. There's no chance.
That's what I was thinking.
Unless they got some like gummies in the locker too, and they're like, I don't know, but I don't know what their deal is, dude. Because if you were sneaking edibles in your bag, you wouldn't want to say that on air necessarily, dude.
Listen, I don't want to incriminate myself on air here, but if it was me, or if I'm putting myself in their shoes, wouldn't you want to wait to get to the stadium and then smoke? Because you know that they have an outlet they could smoke at the stadium for sure. They could either sit in their car or go out back or something.
Yes, someone's gotta know something.
Unless they're lightweights.
A locker room somewhere.
Yeah, like they're because they're acting like I've seen that video and they act like they were high as shit playing. Like you said, dude, by the time they leave the crib, Because you never know how long it could take after you blaze, dude. You don't know how long that could take for them just to get out. Then you
Dude,
have to drive.
Greg Robinson had 157 pounds, dude. So I mean, they had to have had a good amount like to smoke in the locker room, dude. No way they didn't. They had to have been. They had to have
Yeah,
been
that's what I'm
burned.
saying. Yeah, I mean, Joe Thomas, he's got a big drug ring in Cleveland, dude. That's what's going down.
I'm not gonna name drop, but it's possible.
Who knows? Who's another offensive lineman on the Browns? What is Whitworth on the Browns?
Nah, dude, he's on the Rams.
Oh, I don't know who I'm thinking of then. So I can see the picture of this bald guy in my head.
There's a lot of bald white guys that play guard. They
True.
they have Batonio, dude. That's who you're thinking of.
That's who I'm
Joel
thinking
Batonio.
of. Yeah, Joel Batonio. He was supposed to be pretty good, right? Coming into the year.
But like they literally have one good O lineman. They have one named I think his name is Alex Cush or something. I know his last name is Cush, which is
Dude, we're connecting the dots, dude.
The connection.
Dude, the connection.
Dude, hold up. This man is on the loose. I haven't heard of this guy getting arrested.
Dude, we need to report him immediately to like Browns management, dude. Maybe they'll give us some bucks, some free tickets or something.
Eric Cush, dude.
Eric Kush, dude. There you go. We just
He is not in jail currently.
Listen, not only did we crack the case, we did it live on air. So people can go back and watch the GasCast.
To read through both their histories to see if they have any prior connection.
We'll come up on Jailbird, dude.
Nah, not to see if at any point in Greg Robinson and Eric Cush's life, if they intercepted each other, maybe at a camp, dude. Hold on, 20. Doing some investigating. They were only 1 year apart in the NFL draft, dude. That's notable information.
Dude, this is a huge case we're breaking into here. We just found the first needle in the haystack we just pulled out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure more of this out off air and then report back.
Yeah, emergency GasCast tomorrow.
Greg Robinson was a first round. He was picked second overall, dude. Only got 2 years into his deal with the Rams before he got released. And second overall means he was making some of the most money. I mean, he had the second biggest contract of anybody in the draft. I don't know what his signing bonus was looking like.
He's from Georgia, right?
He's from Louisiana. He played for Auburn.
Yeah, I do remember this guy.
I'm gonna have to read into him and Eric Cush at a later date.
Yeah,
did you say anything about Rookie of the Year? Like, was Zion? Like, you think Zion?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me give my take on that. So, if the Rookie of the Year, like if Zion started from the very opening out the gate, I think that I'd go as far as to say he might be like unanimous Rookie of the Year. Because if you see the way that the Pelicans are playing, they're competing with great teams and they're winning some games. Like I think that they're probably
top tier in like every measurable. I'm pretty sure.
And then Zion goes. I don't know what it is now, but a few days ago or last week, I saw that he had scored 20 plus in 7 straight games, and I think it was tied for most ever, or that was the most ever for a rookie or something. Zion is too good for him not to be unanimous if he played from out the gate, but because he missed half the season. To me, he shouldn't get a vote. Even if you miss a third of the season, I wouldn't give him the vote, dude. Like, Morant has been good enough. Like, it's not like this is a bust draft where Zion is the only guy and everyone else is averaging like 10 a game. Like you said, dude, Ja is still leading the Grizzlies to a possible playoff seed, like an 8th seed, averaging 17 and 7, best player, and he's going to be awesome, dude. So, you have an easy candidate who's played the entire season. You have to give it a Ja. You have to give it a Ja.
You have to give it to Ja. That's the title of the episode.
You have to give it to Ja. I mean, it's just you have to, dude.
Tatum, best player in the NBA. Ja, have to give it to Ja. I had another good one, but can't remember it right now.
I know that I know I mentioned the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight, and I know that we don't have any take on that because we both don't watch boxing, don't know anything about boxing, didn't see the fight or anything. But Tyson Fury, um, he does not look like a boxer, dude.
He's
That
very.
is one. I'm a
Did you?
big
He's
fan.
actually younger than Wilder. Like he's apparently, I think Wilder's like early 30s and he's like late 20s. But he just looks like he'd be way old.
He
Let me
looks
look at.
old as shit, dude.
Okay.
Awesome name too.
He is 31, and Wilder is 34. Yeah,
I didn't realize Wilder was that old.
Yeah, well, what I was reading about Wilder is that he got by in his career by just like dominating people with like brute force. Like he wasn't a technically great boxer. Like he was just physically so much better than everybody, and he was stronger than them too. But Fury has good hands, good dodging, and I think he has a stronger strike than Wilder as well. And people say that Wilder kind of just refused to adjust to that. He refused to like become a better like technical boxer, and that's like came to fruition against Fury is what I read overall. But again, like you said, I don't watch either of them enough to say like that's definitely true or whatever. But I did watch I didn't see him get his eardrum burst, but I watched like from when he burst his eardrum, Wilder, to round 6 when they called the fight. And yeah, that was bad, dude. He was like his equilibrium was totally fucked. Like, did you see the controversial like end to the fight?
I did.
Yeah, what do you think? Did you think they should have called it?
I'll be honest, dude. It seems like every boxing ending is a controversial ending. I mean, what boxing ending isn't? You look at the first one; it was a tie. You look at Canelo Triple G; that was a tie. You look at Mayweather McGregor; that was I mean, they ended it, and some people thought it was good. I didn't love the ending. I mean, McGregor was still scrambling. So I mean, when is it not a bad ending for a boxing fight? It's my real question. Like, seems like every ending to a boxing match is controversial in some way.
Unless it's just like straight knockout, right?
Yeah, and that speaking of Wilder, he's done a few of those, dude. But think about the names. Like these are probably the greatest
I
names.
confuse the two because they're both just like I don't know. They're in the same like category of last name, like Wilder, Fury, just like badass last names. Like
That's what I'm saying. They have Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Like, those are dope names.
now, did you see their entrances? Because one notable difference that a big cat pointed out, dude, was Fury came out on a throne being carried, so he didn't have to walk out to the stage. Wilder walked out to the stage, so he may have been more tired than Fury. He took more steps.
That's a good point, dude. That is probably what did it. That was the whole changing of the fight. Like, you walk an extra 150 feet. I mean, that's maybe in a round or two at the end of the fight that you're losing right there.
You could definitely see it like from the jump in the fight. One was gassed completely, and
completely he couldn't walk.
And then the other one, won't tell you which one, was clearly just well conditioned. You can tell Fury's ripped too. Like he's in great shape. So way better.
Looks like he looks like a guy that works for a moving company.
Yeah, those guys have hands though, for sure. Like you could get a guy from a moving company and he could probably hold his own out there.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that, but I bet moving company guys can scrap for sure.
Like career moving company guys, like they're like they have terrible backs at this point.
Yeah.
Like yeah, they can probably punch a hole in like a brick wall, dude. Like,
they probably could, dude. Maybe that's where Tyson Fury came from. Maybe he was a moving company guy for a while, and then he just decided, hey, I'm gonna be a boxer because I'm like good at punching shit.
Oh, so title investigate Eric Kush.
Yeah, investigate Eric Kush. What's some other ones?
You
Tatum,
gotta
best
give,
player in the league.
and you gotta
Um,
give it a job.
yeah, you got to give it the job. There's our title right there.
Yeah.
So let me see. I think I had one more thing to talk about. Oh, yes. For everybody out there that missed it, ECU basketball caught a fat dub today on the back of Jaden Gardner. Once again, Ricky, I don't know if you saw the stats on this. Have you looked them
I
up
didn't
yet?
see the game. I don't know who they played.
So it was like a 2 point game. Like neither team had more than like a 6 point advantage the entire second half. So it was just neck and neck. Controversial ending. So with 4 minutes left, tie game. There's a scrap underneath the basket, like there's like a foul called off ball, and all the
Yeah.
players are huddled, and something's happening. Refs go back, check it. They give three technicals equaling six free throws for Temple. Six technical free throws in a row, and Temple got the ball.
I'm confused. The fight started and all three of the technicals are on ECU.
Yes, and they conjoined all free throws together. So Temple did literally shot six technical free throws in a row and got the ball with like 3:47 left or something like that.
Insane. But ECU won.
But Temple missed, went 3 of 6 from the line.
Uh,
And then they missed their. Then right when they inbounded it, we blocked them and we got on the fast break and scored or something.
Dude, ball don't lie.
So Jaden Gardner, dude, 29, 13, and 4 with 2 blocks and 2 steals, dude. Best plus or minus on both teams. Yet he was a +8 for the game. I'm gonna tell you right now, we get a shooter in the building. We get a shooter in the building, and we just keep getting our talent going. Tristan Newton keeps progressing like he is. J.J. Miles becomes more of a consistent 3-point shooter. Dude, watch out for us next year.
I mean, everyone knows Tristan Newton and JJ Miles. They're
They
names
do.
to watch.
If you're a fan of the AAC, you know the names.
Dude, in the offseason, John Rothstein is going to be tweeting out underrated players to watch. CJ Miles, Newman? Tristan Newman?
Newton, like Cam.
Newton. Okay. Tristan Newton. Got it.
Um,
That's tweeting now because what's his name? Jaden Gardner will be like preseason All-American. He'll be on that list, so he won't be in like
for
the underrated.
sure. He's definitely going to be a preseason All-American.
Like, actually, though, if he averages like 27 points a game, no chance he's not a preseason All-American, dude. Because the AAC, like you said, dude, it's a legit conference. Like James Wiseman was supposed to be the best player in the country, and he plays for Memphis, who's in the AAC. Like, there's no reason he shouldn't be getting more.
Gardner is kind of like low-key a shoe-in for AAC Player of the Year this year. Because no one else is even close to him that's a contender. Like, there's a guy named Precious Ochua that plays for Memphis. He's second in the running for AAC Player of the Year. He's only averaging like 15 and 8, dude. Gardner's averaging like 21 and 9. Like, he's clearly Player of the Year right now. So they're saying he's a shoe-in. So if he wins that, he's definitely going to be preseason All-American next year for sure. And only a sophomore this year? Dude, he's going to be insane.
You think he's going to come back for sure, though, dude?
I think he's definitely coming back. You can just tell from body language. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's just playing for stats. Like you can just tell if someone's playing for stats or playing for dubs. Gardner's playing for dubs, dude. He's playing for straight dubs.
Maybe he'll be on the Heat one day, dude.
Hey, he might be on. He's going to be on some team. He'd be a great Rockets guy, dude. If you put him on the Rockets, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or the Nuggets. Replace him with Paul Millsap, dude. Oh yeah. I'd love both of those.
With Paul Millsap on ECU, you'd rather Paul Millsap?
No, I would rather have Jaden Gardner than Paul Millsap.
Yeah, I figured. But you said you'd want to replace him with Paul Millsap.
Yeah, yes, on the Nuggets.
So replace Paul Millsap with him.
Yeah, with Jaden Gardner right now on the Nuggets.
Okay.
That would be because, dude, he's a better rebounder.
A two-team trade, just like Paul Millsap for Jaden Gardner. Like,
I mean, we might.
leagues.
We might get like a year out of Paul Millsap, but I mean, he's getting up there, dude. He's like 35 now.
Well, you might, if you think about it, you might get like a year out of Jaden Gardner too after this one. So
That's not a bad point, but I think he's staying for the long haul because the benefit he's gotten just in the last 2 years, each year he has gotten way better, dude. Like if he's on the same trajectory, he's going to be averaging 25 a game next year.
Joe Dooley is like he's been compared to Coach Popovich and with his like development of players and Hall of Famers on a consistent basis. But
Joe Dooley is basically Greg Popovich.
we saw him on Florida Gulf Coast, dude. Those guys were dunking like crazy. Like
Yeah, Dunk City, dude. He's a trained dunk specialist, Joe Dooley.
Dude, Kenneth Faried.
Yeah, lost player. He's kind of lost. We kind of lost him when the whole NBA transition happened.
Play for them. He played for Morehead State, but what was I thinking? Fuck. There was a guy on Florida Gulf Coast who looked like him, dude, the year of the Sweet 16. And
I remember that. He was a guard.
Yeah, but yeah, forgotten player, dude. Kenneth Faried was pretty good when before the league switched to small ball, like 3-point shooting from the power forward spot, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of lost guys like Derek Favors. I mentioned him a lot on the GasCast. I'm a big Derek Favors fan, but unfortunately, when the NBA became more of a face-up game, Derek Favors kind of just got lost, dude. He's more of a post-up guy. And
yeah, he's still a good overall on 2K for like a little bit, but he wasn't like actually a good player, but he was like an 84 overall. I know you have to remember that period. Dude. Weird time.
Oh, I remember clearly saying Derek Favors was going to be like a future superstar, dude. When he was like 23, averaging 16 and 8. I was a huge Derek Favors fan, but right when that happened, it was like the transition in the NBA, and he just kind of fell off. So, so what's going on with Miami basketball? I haven't seen anything. I haven't looked at all or anything.
Wait, dude. Listen to what I just found out, dude. I didn't know like the year that Florida Gulf Coast went to the Sweet 16. Dooley wasn't their head coach, dude. I didn't know that. He took over the next year.
Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy. This whole time because it was so close in timing that I always thought that was Dooley. But anyways, dude, what did you ask me?
He still carried on the tradition though, and he went to the.
They were still good.
He went to the postseason for the next 5 years, so it's not. He still had another recruiting class. So it wasn't like he was just on the reins of the previous coach. I mean, he had.
Every time they made the tournament, everybody was like, "Oh, Dunk City, dude! Like, might make a comeback here. Joe Dooley's got him running." But
yeah, I mean, this is a guy that won Assistant Coach of the Year. I mean, and he was the assistant head coach on Kansas for a decade. So I mean, this is like Bill Self went on one of our local radio stations right after the Joe Dooley hiring and said that Joe Dooley was like the real deal, dude. He said he was the best assistant coach he's ever had. Huh?
We already knew Joe Dooley was the real deal on this podcast.
Oh yeah, but I mean, still, like he was telling Pirate Nation out there, here's the deal: Joe Dooley's for real.
It's for real, dude.
It kind of feels weird though, because every time in the post game press conferences when there's like a notable head coach, they talk so fondly of Joe Dooley and they make it seem like he's in such a bad situation. They're like, God, I know how good of a coach Joe is, so it's tough to see him in this position. It's like, come on, guys, like we're building something here. Like, don't just shit on us already. But yeah, anyway. But Ricky, Miami basketball, what's popping?
They're not great, dude. They just got healthy and won a couple games, but just a middling team, dude. Not much to them.
Hey, if this is any time that Miami can make a run with like a now healthy team, this would be the year in the ACC.
Yeah, I think Duke is so much better than them that there's no chance of that happening without injuries. But just because like they're Miami's not like a mentally tough team, you know. And we rely too much on this guy who like he's our like technically our best rebounder because he's our biggest player, but he's not good at all. And we have some good freshmen. McGusty is good, Wong is good, and Chris Lights, dude. The guy's like 5'5". He's really good. But the team, yeah, like I said, dude, the team just not the best overall.
But it's looking up though. Sounds like.
I mean, yeah, we've got good young players, but I don't know. Like Miami's kind of been in that position for like 5 years now, almost. Like we've had like good young players that just leave early, and then the team looks bad going into the year, and they slightly exceed expectations because they didn't expect that much anyways. This is another one of those years, dude.
Same.
Just like they were slightly better than expectations, but nothing crazy either. And they got injured. It would have maybe if they had been fully healthy all year, they could have done more. But at this point, they've lost so many games. Still ranked higher than UNC. But
of course,
man, we would have beat you. I think we would have beat UNC in Chapel Hill had our best players not gotten hurt. But I can't say that for sure because UNC shot so well that game. I'm pretty sure that was their best shooting game all season by far. Like they had like a 40-something point first half. So, yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Everybody hates on UNC. I'm going to say this objectively. Okay? People joke like ECU could beat UNC. We would not beat UNC. We would not beat UNC, dude. Like, I'm sorry. I would love to see it. I think it'd be like if we're playing if we're playing up to our potential, I think that it'd be a good game, but we still wouldn't win. Like you got to think UNC has the same record we do, and they're in the ACC, dude. Like even though I have respect for the AAC and the ACC's down this year and it's kind of top heavy, ECU would not have gone to overtime with Duke, dude. It wouldn't have happened. So
yeah, they would have beat Duke in regulation.
Yeah, we would have beaten Duke by 30. So anyway,
they would have.
But yeah, Jaden Gardner would have put up like 60. But anyway, so Ricky, do you have any closing thoughts? I think that's good on the pod.
I'm good, dude. I mean, nothing else to say.
All right. Well, hey,
dude, we're just another week down in this like dead period, trying to get on to spring practice and all that.
I can't wait for a breaking story to hit, dude. We just have a full podcast to talk about it.
Yeah, dude. NFL agency coming up. Almost the end of February.
That's gonna be hype, dude. Once the free agency, the draft for both NBA and NFL hit, and NBA playoffs, dude, that's gonna be a hype time for the GasCast. That's where we're gonna have some great content for everybody out there. But anyway, as always, people out there, GasCast. Hey, hop on the train now because we're only going up. All right.
Trains don't go up.
We're the best around, best podcast on the internet. Ask anybody. Okay. And all the other GasCast podcasts out there, fuck you, because we're the best GasCast podcast. So as always, everybody, new videos every week, every Sunday, hopefully. Kind of, that we're on a good roll right now, though, Ricky. I mean, we're on what?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I think it's been 2 Sundays, a Monday, and now another Sunday, right?
Yeah. So we're on the train right now. So we're rolling. We're getting good views, which we're loving. Be sure to like, subscribe to the channel. More's coming. Check out our Twitter, GasCast. You should see it right below us here, and we'll also put the link in the description.
We're next to each other, so mine it could be like over here.
Yeah.
Like there. I don't really know.
So anyway, but as always, everybody, new vids every Sunday, and as always, keep gassing.